return, catching it on his own goal line, a 25-yard return. The ball is equal distance between the sideline stripes, and Frank Jeremiah makes the stop for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Kenny Ploen calls signals from the wing T formation. Ploen hands off over the right side to DeBrino. DeBrino fakes it, drives his way up past the 30 to the 32-yard line. Don DeBrino goes for 7 yards up to the 32, brings up second down and 3. Iowa on their own 32. Notre Dame using a 7-diamond defense. The ball is on the hash mark, 18 yards in from the near side of the field. Game is just underway, and the Iowa Hawkeyes have the ball. Second down and 3 on their own 32. 58,000 Iowa fans down here on this very chilly but sunny football day. Wing T formation to the right. Ploen drops back to throw. Looks downfield. A long pass. Good. Incomplete. A pass intended for Billy Apple down the Notre Dame 35-yard line. Apple had it in his hands, but apparently the sun got in his eyes too, and he fell backward just as he touched the ball, and it dropped incomplete. If he'd had that one, they would have been deep in Notre Dame territory. It's just underway, and it's scoreless. Iowa versus Notre Dame. From Iowa City, the wind-up game for the Hawkeyes, except for their Rose Bowl game on January 1st. Here's Kenny Ploen handing off over the left side to DeBrino, and DeBrino dives up over the 35 to the 37. It's an Iowa first down. Don DeBrino goes from the 32 up to the 37. It's a gain of 5 yards on the plan. It's enough for an Iowa first down, and it's going to be first and 10 Iowa on their own 37. Paul Hornung makes the tackle along with Chuck Lima, their fullback, who also plays linebacker. Hornung in there at safety, but he's only playing about 10, 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage as Notre Dame moves up to stop the Iowa ground game. Man in motion. Apple moving out to the left. Apple breaks into the clear up to the 40. He's up to the 44-yard line on the left side of the field. Billy Apple running to his left, goes toward the far side of the field, picks up enough yards to move it up to the 44-yard line, a 7-yard gain on that reverse play. Apple running to the outside, the man in motion, picks up 7 yards up to the 42, brings up second down and 3 Iowa on their own 42-yard line. Hawkeyes up the line of scrimmage. Ploen calls signals from the wing T with the flanker off to the left. Kenny hands off to Apple again. Apple dives into a host of Notre Dame tacklers and forced all the way back to the 40. But his farthest advance carried him up to about the 45-yard line. Let's see where they spot that ball. I believe it's going to be exactly on the 45. So it's a gain of close to 3 yards on the play and should bring up about third down and 1. Or they may bring in the 6 to measure. Let's wait. I don't believe they are going to bring in a 6 to measure. The ball is on the far side of the field, 18 yards in. Third down and 1 on their own 45-yard line. Notre Dame in a 7-diamond defense. Here's Ploen handing off to DeBrino. DeBrino fights his way up to the 50. He's still going, still spinning down to the 46-yard line. Tremendous drive by Iowa's big left halfback, Don DeBrino, as he picks up another Iowa first down to the Notre Dame 46. DeBrino going just about straight through the line, a little bit off to his own right. The ball is now approximately midway between the sideline stripes on the Notre Dame 46. Paul Hornung, their safety man and their great all-around quarterback, fullback star, is playing at safety, but he's only about 7 or 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now we're early in the first quarter here, no score. Ploen hands off. Here's the inside reverse, and the double handoff going to DeBrino, and DeBrino cracks up just about to the line of scrimmage. He may have slipped and lost the yard on the play. DeBrino was actually hit in there by Chuck Lima and dropped, but it looked like he got hit just about the time he got the ball. That was that double handoff with Ploen handing off first to Apple, then to DeBrino, and DeBrino loses a yard on the play, so it goes for second and 11 Iowa on the Notre Dame 47-yard line. Kenny Ploen calls those signals. Rolls out with the ball. He's being chased. He throws, and it's complete to Fred Harris to the 35-yard line of Notre Dame. Fred Harris takes the pass on the 35-yard line of the Irish, and it looks like another Iowa first and 10. The ball was caught by Harris just inside the near sideline stripe, which is the west side of the field, and it goes for another Iowa first and 10 on the 35-yard line of Notre Dame. Notre Dame in a close 6-2-2-1 on that last play. Here's Apple going in motion. Apple takes the handoff, gets behind interference. He cuts down. He's still going. He's down to the 20. He's thrown out of bounds on about the 14-yard line. A tremendous run by Billy Apple, running to his left. Actually, the full width of the field, and Apple gets it all the way down to the 13-yard line is where they're going to spot it. Indeed, that's one of the best left side runs we've seen all year. And don't say that Apple can't turn on the speed when he has to.
Yes, he can. He came inside the end. The end was across well. He cut in and really ran.
Billy Happel picking up another Iowa first and 10 on the Notre Dame 13-yard line. The Irish dig in, go into an 8-man line. Iowa has the ball. Here's the handoff to DeBrino. He's still going down to the 10-yard line. Don DeBrino picks up 3, running to his right on that inside reverse play or straight handoff slant as you have it. Out of the Iowa wing T formation. DeBrino now has the ball down to the 10-yard line. So it's a gain of 3 on the play. Brings up second down and 7 Iowa on the Notre Dame 10-yard line. 10 minutes, 13 seconds to go in the first quarter. A scoreless game between Iowa and the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Wing T formation. Notre Dame in an 8-man line. Ploen rolls out. Starts to run with the ball. Cuts back inside. He's down to the 5. He's still going. It's a touchdown. Ken Ploen took the snap, rolled out, looked briefly for a receiver, but I think that was set up as a running play to begin with. Got behind interference, and he went over the goal line standing up. As he got about 3 boys ahead of him, that's got inside and ran across about at the hash mark on the near side of the field. Prescott's kick is in the air, and it's good. Bob Prescott. Prescott has now made 14 out of 15 for the season. The kick is good. Iowa leads. Notre Dame 7-0. Actually, they got a beautiful football day. It's a little bit chilly, about 32 degrees, but the sun is shining bright. Kicking off for the Iowa Hawkeyes will be Bob Prescott. Prescott kicks, and it's deep. Fumbled by Notre Dame. Picked up again down there by Hornung. Touch to his left. He's still going. He's up to the 20 and up to the 25-yard line. Paul Hornung picked the ball up on the 10-yard line, bobbled it, picked it back up again, and was tackled by Don Suki, Iowa center and linebacker. Alex Karras looks like he was shaken up on that play a little bit. The Hawkeyes have not beaten the Irish in 16 years. Here's Hornung, hands off to the right side, and Jim Malata dives up past the line of scrimmage up to about the 27, and he's stopped there by Frank Bloomquist as he drives to his right on a slant play. A handoff from Hornung. Picks up 1 yard on the play to the 26, and it'll be second down and 9. Notre Dame on their own 26-yard line. Jim Malota starting at left halfback for Notre Dame. Bob Ward is flanked off to the right. The right halfback. Paul Hornung calls signals on second down and 9. It's a long count play. Hornung hands off in there to the fullback. He drives and goes for only about 2 yards on the play. Chuck Lima is stopped after getting up to about the 28-yard line by the center of the Iowa line. Suki, Bloomquist, and Karras all in there to bring him down. A straight-ahead fullback smash up the middle by the fullback Chuck Lima. That brings up third down and 7 Notre Dame on the 29-yard line. Iowa in a 7-2-2 defense with the linebackers playing wide. Some of the Iowa boys, incidentally, are playing with gloves on this afternoon. Hornung drops back to pass. He's being rushed. He falls back on the 21-yard line. Paul Hornung looking for a receiver, falls back on the 21-yard line. So that goes for a loss on the play of 8 yards and brings up fourth down and 15. Notre Dame back on their 21-yard line. The ball is exactly in the center of the field. Iowa sends 2 men back deep. It's Billy Happel and Don DeBrino standing back on their own 30. It'll be a kicking situation definitely for Notre Dame. And the man who does everything for the Fighting Irish, Paul Hornung, is standing in punt formation on his own 8-yard line. So Hornung standing deep. He kicks. The boot is a good one. A spiral job sailing down to about the 40 where Billy Happel lets it go. And it rolls toward the sideline and it drops dead on about the 32-yard line. And now a penalty coming up against Notre Dame. 15 yards for illegal use of hands by the offense. So it's going to move Notre Dame back to about the 6-yard line is where they're going to spot the ball. Okay, Notre Dame on a long count here on his punt. He's being rushed. He kicks. It's end over end straight down the middle of the field. And it's picked up by Happel on the 40. Happel's back to the 30. And he slips and is tackled at the same time on about the 29-yard line or 28-yard line of Notre Dame. That penalty, incidentally, cost Notre Dame a total of 40 yards, counting the punt and the actual yardage marked off in the penalty itself. Playing call signals a quarterback, dropping back to pass, looks for a receiver, finds DeBrino in the end zone, but it goes way over his head. The flag is down on the play at the same time. In fact, both flags were down. Kenny Ploen dropped back to throw through a diagonal pass, and it looks like illegal procedure penalty coming up against Iowa, which will move them back 5 yards. 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. It's Iowa 7 and Notre Dame nothing. The broadcast reaching you from Iowa City. The last home appearance for the Iowa Hawkeyes of 1956. Now Notre Dame declines the penalty, so that brings up second down and 10, Iowa, on the 29-yard line. Second and 10, Iowa, on the 29. Ploen goes back to pass again, looks for a receiver, tries to run with the ball, and he's thrown for a loss back up to the 34-yard line. Kenny Ploen is thrown for a 5-yard loss back to the 34. It's Bronco Nagurski, son of the great all-time All-American Bronco Nagurski Sr. of Notre Dame, playing in there at defensive right tackle, came through to make the stop. Back up on the 34, 5-yard loss. Third down and 15, Iowa, on the Notre Dame 34. 6 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the first quarter. A lot of famous names playing out here today. Hornung and Ploen battling between the quarterback duo here. Here's Kenny Ploen. The flag is down once again. Ploen starts to run to his left. He gets blocking down the left sideline. He's still going. He's still going down to the 10. Still going down to the 5. And he's down to the 1-yard line. But the flag is down, and it may be a penalty against Iowa. The flag is down at the same time, and it may be a penalty against Iowa. It's an offside penalty against Notre Dame, so Iowa now has the ball on the Notre Dame 1-yard line. Kenny Ploen making another brilliant run.
Well, that boy does it. He took out, he went to his left, he was right, he picked up his lineman and took off, and he picked his way down the field as well as a man can do it.
Kenny Ploen running all the way from his own 34 down to the Notre Dame 1, a 33-yard run, and now they have it first and goal to go on the Notre Dame 1-yard line. A handoff, and Iowa touchdown! It's another Iowa touchdown. John DeBrino taking the handoff and running through the Notre Dame line, and he went through standing up into the end zone. Iowa leads Notre Dame now 13-0. Bob Prescott will attempt the extra point, and these Iowa fans are going slightly mad down here. Even though it's still early in the ball game, here's Prescott's kick. It's in the air and right through the upright. Prescott now has made 15 out of 16 for the season, and Iowa leads Notre Dame by the score of 14-0. Ball is approached by Prescott. It's a good one, sailing deep down to the Notre Dame 10, and it's picked up down there by Malota. Swings up to the middle of the line, and as he racked up down there for about the 27-yard line, Dick Deasy came downfield and really cracked into him. Hornung calls signals to quarterback. Here's Hornung handing off through the left side, and it's stopped on the line of scrimmage. Aubrey Lewis is stopped on the line of scrimmage as he took a handoff on a slant to the left from Hornung, and it's no gain on the play. Brings up second down at 10, Notre Dame on their own 27. Charlie Pierce, Hugh Drake, and John Burroughs make the stop. Iowa has pretty much its second team in there now. Loose from the 27 up to the 33-yard line. Gain of 6 yards in the play and brings up third down and 4, Notre Dame on their own 33. Hornung goes back to pass. The flag is down. He starts to run with the ball. Sees some daylight. He's up to the 40 and falls down, and is also tackled at the same time by Bill Gravel. Paul Hornung seeing a big opening up the middle of the field, but it's an illegal procedure penalty coming up against Notre Dame. It's going to nullify that play and move them back 5 yards. Iowa leads 14-0 over the Irish on 2 early first quarter scores.
line. Lewis made the tackle. Hagler, the right halfback, is wide to the right. T formation. Duncan calling signals on the quarterback sneak. At the 30 to 25. Duncan pulled down from behind on the 20-yard line. First down. 3 consecutive first downs. They moved the ball from their own 37-yard line down to the 20-yard line on 3 plays. Every play a first down. Yes, there is a timeout in the playing field, and with Notre Dame taking timeout, the score Iowa 14, Notre Dame nothing. Baska in on defense. Kucha in on defense for Notre Dame, along with Tom O'Brien. Andy gives it to Hagler, the right half, running wide. Hagler cuts away and is plowed up after gaining 7 yards, down to the 13-yard line. Ball given to the left halfback, and it's Gravel carrying the ball. He's at the 15-yard line where he's thrown for a 2-yard loss by Aubrey Lewis. Lewis came up fast in the secondary along with Cook and threw him for a 3-yard loss back to the 16. It's third down, second down rather. Third down, right, and about 7. Duncan on the bootleg play throws a great pass complete to the fullback. Rosera. A great pass, but an unusual catch. First down, goal to goal for Iowa on the Notre Dame 9-yard line. Nice ball handling and faking by Randy Duncan. Hiding the ball with his left hand and then changing it to his right as he threw on the dead run. And he carried down to the 9 for the first down. First and goal to goal, 14-0, Iowa leads. Duncan to his left halfback, and his left halfback, Gravel, moves the ball to the 7-yard line. For it is second down, 7 yards away from a touchdown. First quarter just about over, 30 seconds left. 14-0 the score. Larry Cook made the tackle. Coming out of the huddle, Hagler wide to the right. The fullback gets the call and moves it down to the 2-yard line. There's a penalty flag on the field at the 7. Pastera carried the ball. We'll see what this penalty is. Holding penalty called against Iowa. Takes the ball out 15 yards to the spot of the foul. Time left, 14 seconds. Second down. Goal to goal. Back to passes. The quarterback, he throws a long one. Broken up on the 10-yard line. Meant for Langston. Broken up by Cook. Third down, goal to goal. Number 35, Harris, comes back in for the Hawkeyes. Fred Harris, a fullback, 203 pounds, 20 years old, a junior. Bob Williams now in on defense for the Irish. There's the forward pass that is incomplete. Broken up. Meant for the right halfback, Hagler. Incompleted forward pass. Fourth down. Duncan throwing. There's the end of the first quarter with the score. Iowa 14, Notre Dame nothing. Fourth down, 23 yards away from the goal line. Ploen is back in for Iowa. Ploen throws on the screen to Harris, the fullback. He's at the 20, the 10, and he's knocked out of bounds on the official rules he went in. So the score is 20-0. The official on the play ruled he went into the end zone. Well, there's an unusual play, 23 yards from a touchdown. Fourth down, 23 yards to go. They tried a screen pass and score. The blocking up front was sensational. The down-the-field blocking, rolling the Notre Dame boys out of the way as if they were 10 pins. An Iowa boy hurt. It was Suki, the center, number 55, co-captain of the team. Suki is out on the 2-yard line. Time is out on the field. There's the pass from center, and there's the kick, and the kick is good. The score, 21 for Iowa, nothing for Notre Dame. Prescott will kick off. He's a Sioux City boy, and quite a big one, 6'3", 200 pounds. A sophomore. He'll be around for quite a while. There's the kickoff taken by Williams on the 5, out to the 10, 15. Williams comes back to the 19-yard line where he's dropped. He's hit there by Fred Harris. In at quarterback now is Bob Williams of Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Bob gives it to his right halfback, Jim Morris. Morris over the 20 to the 22. A gain of 3 yards at 2nd and 7. Karras made the tackle along with Charlie Pierce of Sycamore, Illinois. 2nd and 7 on the 21.
On the 22.
Williams, using the Notre Dame style taught by Terry Brennan, gives it to his left halfback this time, Aubrey Lewis. Lewis moves up to the 26-yard line. It's 3rd and 2. Karras made the tackle along with Dick Klein of Pana, Illinois. 21-0 the score, second period. Professor Howard Murdoch of Purdue University spotting Notre Dame again today. And John Elman of Des Moines, Iowa, from the University of Iowa, spotting his Big Ten champion Iowa team. And the first down of the game comes as Lewis for Notre Dame, as Lewis cuts away out to the 33-yard line. First down 10. Tackle made by Klein and Bob Cummings. Cummings comes from Youngstown, Ohio, playing in the right guard position on defense for Iowa. 21-0, Iowa leading in the second quarter. Williams now in at quarterback for Notre Dame. Lewis wide to the right in the flanker. Trap play, and the fullback Lima carries out to the 38-yard line. 5-yard advance. Karras and Cummings made the tackle. It is 2nd and 5. Notre Dame's ball, 2nd and 5, and Williams handling the ball very well and doing a good job of faking to the quarterback position. Williams is a sophomore, 6'2", 185 pounds. Lewis and the flanker off to the right. Aubrey Lewis, number 23. Williams gives this time to the fullback, Lima. Lima carries out to the 45-yard line for another first down. As they fake, as if they would throw to Lewis in the flank, and then gave it a nice faking by Williams to the fullback, Lima. Tackle made by Klein and Cummings again, and the first sustained drive of the day for the Irish, with Williams at quarterback. Lewis wide to the right. Ball given to Morris. Morris fights his way out to the 48-yard line. A gain of 3 on the play at 2nd and 7. Bloomquist and Klein made the tackle. 2nd down and 7. The ball on the 48-yard line as Notre Dame, for the first time in the first half, is nearing the 50-yard line. The ball is 2 yards away from midfield. Time left, 11 minutes and 25 seconds of the first half. T formation. Bobby Williams calling signal. Williams to his fullback. Lima makes the first down, makes the drive over the midfield stripe. It's 3rd and 1 at the 46. Cummings made the tackle. Nice blocking in that offensive line. And another penalty against Notre Dame. That cost the gain over the midfield stripe. The Irish have certainly suffered through the penalty route in this game in the first half. 15 yards stepped off. 2nd down. Ball way back now on the Irish 34. Lewis wide to the right in the flanker. Williams gives the ball on the draw play to the fullback Lima. And Lima smashes over the 50-yard line out to the 48. A beautiful play. Great deception on the part of Williams. Good blocking in that Notre Dame line. Karras and Ploen made the tackle. It's 3rd down and about 2 to go for the first down. The ball now on the Iowa 48. Again on that play of 15 yards, making up the penalty that they had stepped off against them just a few seconds ago. Williams to the right halfback Morris. Morris fights his way down to the 45.5-yard line. Bloomquist and Karras made the tackle. It's going to be awful close on the first down. We're waiting to see. 21-0 here in the second quarter. They're going to bring in the chain. It lacks about a quarter of a yard of being a first down. And Lima makes the first down as he hits just to the 45. And the Notre Dame fans in the stands cheer as Lima just made the yardage for the first down. Lewis and Karras made the tackle, but it's a first down. Williams is doing a magnificent job of ball handling and faking here for Notre Dame. Williams rolling out the pass. Has no protection. His pass is out of bounds, incomplete. Harris was there on defense. Lewis also there on defense. Second down, 10 to go. The ball on the 44.5-yard line. 9 minutes, 32 seconds left to play in the first half. Lewis wide to the left. Vataska wide to the right. A pitch out to Morris. Morris has no chance. It's thrown for a loss back to the 49 by Gibbons, number 88. Gibbons came in square to make the tackle at the 49. Appreciate the fine comments from all over the country on the work of Hunk Anderson on our telecast of the Thanksgiving Day game at Detroit. All right, Morris is wide to the right, third down. Williams back to throw. He throws downfield, complete. Out to Wataska. Wataska knocked out of bounds after the first down was made on the 32-yard line. Williams was really rushed. He ran out to his right as he rolled out from underneath the center and spotted Wataska, hit Wataska for the first down. Bloomquist and Ploen made the tackle. A fine drive by the Irish. Time left to play in the first half, 8 minutes and 27 seconds. There's a pitch out to Lewis. Lewis looking for a hole, moves over the 30 down to the 28 before he is dropped, hit by Karras and Gibbons. A gain of 4 yards on the play, a gain of 3 yards on the play, second down and 7. The ball on the 28-yard line of Iowa. Notre Dame has moved the ball all the way from their own 19-yard line down to the Iowa 28, with Williams in, the sophomore quarterback, running the show. Lewis is wide to the right. There's a fumble recovered by Iowa. Has just fumbled going into the line. Klein recovered it in the air. The Irish get a tough break. The Hawkeyes another good break. And Iowa takes over first and 10 on their own 37. That ball popped out of Jim Just's arm right into the hands of Klein, the right tackle. Klein, ever on the alert, grabbed the ball and raced out to the 37. First down 10 on the 37. Ploen behind the line, gives it to his right halfback, Happel. He's at the 40, the 45. He's at midfield, pulled down at the 49-yard line by Bob Williams. Williams was the last man between Happel and the goal line. Splendid blocking in this Iowa team. They get out in front of the ball carrier and really mow down the opposition. It's first down 10 on the 48-yard line of Notre Dame. Iowa leads 21-0. Ploen, Dobrino, Harris, and Happel in the backfield. Prescott, Klein, Cummings, Lewis, Bloomquist, Karras, and Gibbons on the line. First down 10 on the 48-yard line of Notre Dame. Ploen back to throw. He is pulled down at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Second down 10. Hit by Equier. Second down 10 to go. The ball on the 48. Dobrino was downfield waiting for the pass to be thrown, but Ploen was severely rushed, didn't have time to get it away. Prendergast and Myers were rushing the pass at that time. Ball behind the line to the left halfback, Dobrino. Dobrino knocked off his pins on the 41-yard line. Hit by Aubrey Lewis of Montclair, New Jersey. Third down and 4. The ball on the Irish 41, midway between the sideline stripes. 5 minutes and 48 seconds of playing time remaining in the first half. Ploen rolling out to throw. He's going to run it instead. And the run he does for a first down, but there's a penalty flag on the field. Ploen's at the 10. Ploen is over for a touchdown. Now, who will be penalized here? Will it be Notre Dame or Iowa? If it's Iowa, the touchdown will be called back. If it's Notre Dame, it'll be, of course, 6 more points for Iowa. The penalty is against the Hawkeyes for holding. Now they correct it. They come all the way back and call the Hawkeyes And now they call it against Notre Dame. Well, if that isn't confusion, I've never seen it among officials. Prescott will try for the extra point. He kicks it. It's good. It's 28-0. 63 yards on 4 plays. The Hawkeyes 28. The Irish nothing. Was the team to watch this year. Sends his best regards to one of the great sportsmen of our country, Tony DiLorenzo, back in Flint, Michigan today. There is a low kick downfield. It's grabbed to the 12, right up to the 15 by Williams. The 20, the 25, the 30. Now Lewis has it and is dropped down the 45. Williams laterals off to Lewis at the 30. He carries it out to the 45-yard line. Pretty obvious why the Hawkeyes are the Big Ten champions. Another penalty coming up and another penalty against the Irish. 5 yards. Takes the ball back to the 39-yard line. Larry Cook now in at quarterback. Gives the ball to Lewis as left half. Lewis is met head-on at the 42 by Charlie Lewis of Chicago. And Browwinkle of Columbus Junction, Iowa. This Iowa team is in tremendous shape. They're ready for their bowl game. Really ready. This is a team that's improved every week. Ball given to Morris. Morris running wide. Is dropped down the line of scrimmage by Gravel of Hobart, Indiana.
Tackle by Gravel and Langston.
Oregon State Scouts in the stands here and in the press box are getting a pretty good eyeful of what they'll have to meet on New Year's Day. Charlie Lewis made the tackle. Third down. 12. Lewis and the flanker off to the right. They met once before in the second game. Iowa won 14-13. Cook throws out there on the screen to Just in the open field, takes it down to the 47-yard line. As Hagler made the tackle. It's 4th down and about a yard. 4th and about 1. 28-0, Iowa leads. That was the screen pass to Jim Just of Milwaukee. 3 minutes and 10 seconds of playing time remaining in the first half. Notre Dame comes out of the huddle. Fullback bites through for the first down. Jim Just makes it at the 45. First down 10 Notre Dame on the Iowa 45. Langston, Burroughs, Browwinkle, and Lewis were all in there to make the tackle, but Just made the first down. Real winter day out here in this great state of Iowa. And Mr. Rolling Plain, their quarterback, is some player. He's an All-American quarterback if I've ever seen one. All right, Morris carrying the ball, takes it down to the 41. Drake made the tackle for Iowa. Some of the newspaper men in the press box before the game were saying that the All-American that came out recently, a week or so ago, must have been picked during spring practice. Second down. Time is called out. There's a timeout on the playing field, and with Notre Dame taking timeout, the score 28 for the Hawkeyes, nothing for the Irish. Cook to Lewis. Lewis meets number 74 head-on, Mr. Charlie Lewis, and what a defensive ace he is. It's third down at about 5. Lewis has a little trouble getting on his shoulder pads. He's 280 pounds. He's 6'6". He's 19 years old and he's a sophomore. And Mr. Ebashevsky found him in Chicago. Here we go. Over the line goes Morris down to the 34. Lewis again made the tackle along with John Burroughs. But Notre Dame will go for it on 4th down. 4th down, inches to go. Cook at quarterback. Cook on the quarterback sneak makes it easily down to the 33. Another good drive going with Notre Dame. Burroughs made the tackle. On the Iowa 31. 58 seconds left to play in the first half. 28-0 the score. Hawkeyes lead. Ball given to the left halfback, Lewis. He's dropped down the 30-yard line. Seconds ticking rapidly off the clock. Notre Dame staying on the ground. The first half is just about over. 20 seconds left. Cook gives it to the right halfback. Ward running wide. And he's knocked out of bounds on the 30-yard line by Dobrino. Third down and 10. Malata, who sparkled last week against North Carolina, gets a chance to get into the lineup today, replacing Lewis. Took back to throw a forward pass. Into the ground, incomplete. Incompleted pass stops the clock, 15 seconds left. Meant for Malata. Fourth down, coming back in is Happel on defense. 28-0 the score. Iowa leads. Ward wide to the left of the flanker. Notre Dame's last chance to score in the first half. Cook drops back to throw. His pass is complete to Just, who takes it down to the 20-yard line. But the seconds show only 3 on the scoreboard clock. And the first half will be over before they get another play started. There it is. As the horn rolls out the end of the first half. There you have it, the end of the first half. The score, the Hawkeyes of Iowa, Big Ten champions 28, and Notre Dame nothing.
Notre Dame has Williams drop back down, triple safety. There's the kick. Going a little bit short, but it's taken by Lewis on the 8. He's up to the 15, the 20, the 25. He's to the 30, brought down on about the 33-yard line. Is Aubrey Lewis. There's a marker on the play. We're going to get a personal foul call here. That is the indication against Notre Dame. It's first down and 10 to go for Notre Dame. Bobby Williams at quarterback. Williams fakes, keeps it, flags down all over the place. As Williams ducks off, the Iowa left tackle is stopped by Karras and by Bloomquist. Alex Karras is the nominal Iowa left tackle on offense, but he plays defensive guard in the Iowa 6-man line, and Bloomquist plays the tackle post. Iowa refuses an offside penalty against Notre Dame. Notre Dame in the flanker, Ward flanked wide to the right. The draw play with Lima bursting over the middle. He's through to the 30-yard line before he's brought down. And an 11-yard pickup on the play. Looks as though it's given Notre Dame a first down, as Al Equier gave him a tremendous block, and so did Eddie Sullivan to give him the initial spring that put the ball out to the Notre Dame 29-yard line. It isn't a first down. It's third down coming up. Third down coming up. Here is Williams back to throw, sets, looks, runs with the ball. He's open in the clear to the 35. He's to the 40. Down on the 42-yard line is Bobby Williams. He's got the first down there. Not quite. No. That's excused by confusion. I had forgotten completely about that 15-yard personal foul penalty. So right now it's fourth down and about 2 to go. After that moment of confusion, I hope that we can proceed from now on. Fourth down. Notre Dame has about 3 yards to go for a first down. Larry Cook is in on the 30-yard line of the Irish to do the kicking. Happel and Dobrino are back as double safety for Iowa. The kick is launched by Cook downfield, bounces on the 25, rolls to the 20. Happel lets it roll, and it goes into the sideline at about the 12-yard line of Iowa. Iowa has Plain, Dobrino, Harris, and Happel in the backfield. It's a balanced line, single wing to the right. That is a wing T to the right. Quarterback playing over the middle is stopped by Nagurski for one, and by McKinley, by Equier for another. Trying to go over the middle. Equier grabbed him low, Nagurski high, and stopped him after at most a yard gain for Ken Ploen, senior quarterback, who's been the spark plug of this Iowa team today. Happel is a good halfback, so is Hagler, his replacement at right halfback. Dobrino at left halfback is a better than 200-pounder who runs with power. Second down, 9 to go on the Iowa 13. Handoff here is to Happel running wide on the reverse. Apple is brought down at the 9-yard line. No, the 11-yard line, as he attempts to circle Notre Dame's right end, and Gene Hedrick was the man who brought him down at that point. Aided by Larry Cook, the right safety man for Notre Dame. Notre Dame has Jimmy Morse, Chuck Lima, Aubrey Lewis, and Larry Cook in the backfield. Hedrick and Equier the guards, Nagurski and Jeremiah the tackles, Sullivan at center, Royer and Wataska at ends. Apple on the wing. Playing back to throw. Roll out to the right. There he goes, takes off again, running. He's up to the 15, the 20. He tears to the 30-yard line before he's brought down on the 29-yard line. Kenny Ploen on a roll-out pass to the right. Exactly the same play on which he ran 41 yards to a touchdown in the first half. Moves the ball to a first down on the Iowa 29-yard line. First and 10 to go for the Hawkeyes. 28-0, they lead. First and 10 to go, Iowa's ball on the Hawks, 29-yard line. Wing T to the right. Handoff here is to Dobrino off the tackle. Dobrino sliding out to the right is to the 35 and driven out of bounds. At about the 35, the 36-yard line by Aubrey Lewis, the left safety man, and Eddie Sullivan, linebacker for Notre Dame. Second down coming up, and he picked up 6 on that one, make it 4 to go. The hash mark, 17.5 yards in from the far sideline. Iowa has sideline to the right, and their wing T to the right. Open field to their left. Looks like a reverse with Hampel lined up deep. No, it isn't. Here he comes back. The handoff is to Harris, delayed over the middle. And he's to the 39-yard line before he's brought down by Sullivan. Hampel at times. The right halfback lines up a shade deep. And he's done it before. He usually came back on a reverse, but that time the handoff went to Harris over the middle. So Mr. Hampel mixes it up. And the third down coming up and about a foot to go for a first down. Here's the handoff to Harris over the middle. Harris is through with the ball. He's in the clear to the 40, the 30. He's all the way to the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, and he's over. Harris all the way. 61 yards. Harris to a touchdown. And the score becomes 34-0, Iowa leading. Now Prescott into the ballgame for the PAT attempt. Bob Prescott of Sioux City, Iowa, a sophomore. 88 yards in 6 plays went the Iowans on that march. Here's the try for point. Put down by Ploen. The kick by Prescott is in the air. It's good, and the score is 35-0. In favor of Iowa over Notre Dame. The run up by Prescott. The kick sailing downfield is taken by Lewis on the 8. To the 10, the 15. He's to the 20. He's to the 25. He's to the 30. He's to the 35 and driven out of bounds on about the 36 to 37-yard line, the 36-yard line of Notre Dame. Michigan beat Ohio State 19-0, and Iowa is Big Ten champion all alone. Jim Melodat, left halfback, now carrying on the handoff dive play straight ahead to the 40-yard line from the 36 and a pickup of about 4 yards. He was stopped by Charles Lewis and George Price. Now this Lewis is about a 280-pound sophomore. He's only 19, he's 6 feet 6 inches and listed at 280 pounds. He's a tremendous man. Second down coming up and about 4 to go on the Notre Dame 41. Here's the fake, the handoff to Meloda. Meloda driving off tackle, brought down on the play by Drake at left guard. And Klein. It's third down coming up now and about a yard to go. Iowa leading 34-0 in the third quarter. Straight split T formation for Notre Dame. Handoff here is to Morse, and Morse is to the 50 and over it to the Iowa 49, where it's first and 10 to go for Notre Dame at that point. Notre Dame's ball, first down and 10 yards to go. DC replaces Bob Dick Klein. Klein injured on the last play, and on the Iowa 49 as players resume. 34-0, Iowa leads. Cook hands off to Meloda. Meloda straight ahead, moves the ball to the 44-yard line, and a pickup of about 5 yards. Stopped by Kress and DC, the 2 tackles. Second down coming up about just a shade less than 5 yards to go. The ball spotted on the 43-yard line of Iowa. It's 4 yards to go. Straight split T formation, no flankers. Larry Cook at quarterback, has Lima at fullback, Malota at left halfback, and the handoff here is to Morris, his right halfback and captain. Morris rips over Iowa's right tackle to the 40. Is stopped there by Dobrino and Apple, and it's short of a first down by about 1.5 yards. Out to Malota running wide. Malota is through to the 35 and down, finally on the 31-yard line, the 32-yard line. Stopped there by DC and by Ploen, aided by Harris, the left linebacker. Notre Dame on the Iowa 32, ripping over the middle is Lima to the 26-yard line and a 4-yard pickup. And it's second down now and about 6 to go with Iowa's Drake in on the tackle. Drake, second down and about 4 to go for a first down. Straight split T formation for the Irish. And here's the handoff down straight ahead. Lifts Malota. Malota's through. He's to the 14-yard line before he's brought down. Stopped on the 13-yard line. First and 10 to go. Kenny Ploen in the right safety position for Iowa, making the tackle, aided by Harris. First and 10 to go. Notre Dame's deepest penetration. Into the ballgame comes Alex Karras once again, and Frank Gilliam. Gilliam at right end. Karras at left tackle for Iowa. Bob Cummings coming into the game also. Harry was bringing you the play-by-play report of the action. Iowa leads 34-0. First down, 10 to go on the Iowa 13-yard line. Handoff is to Ward. Ward over the middle is brought down with a thudding tackle by TC. Co-captain of the Hawkeyes on the 11-yard line. Trying to go over TC's position. TC really rocked him. And Bob Cummings was underneath the play.
Ball is on the Iowa 11.
Bloomquist is back in, replacing Drake for Iowa. So it's second down now and about 8 to go on the 11-yard line of Iowa. Notre Dame's ball. And the handoff here is to Ward, but there's a keeper by Cook. Cook is dropped on the 11. There's a marker on the play. That's what I started to say. And I think Notre Dame's going to draw a backfield motion penalty. It seemed as though Bobby Ward were in motion a step before the snap of the ball. Let's see what the call is. It is illegal motion against Notre Dame. And Frank Luzon, the referee, is giving Iowa its option now. The penalty is refused by Iowa. It's third down, 8 to go on the Iowa 11-yard line for Notre Dame. Handoff here is to Ward. Ward squirming through to about the 7-yard line or the 8-yard line, stopped by Gilliam and by Karras. Ball stopped on the 8-yard line, whereas fourth down coming up for Notre Dame, and about 6 to go for a first down. And Iowa defense, which is one of the best in the nation, they've limited all opposition to just 57 points, as I recall. It's fourth down, 6 to go on the Iowa 8 for Notre Dame. Cook, the quarterback, Iowa up into a 7 and a wide box. Handoff is to Ward over the middle. He gets to the 5, and that's all. He's stopped. Just for this crowd, appreciate the defensive stand of the Iowa team, led by Alex Karras and Frank Bloomquist for the Hawkeyes. So the Hawkeyes take over, and Notre Dame's march dies on the Iowa 5-yard line. With Iowa leading 34-0, it's the Hawkeyes' move now. Notre Dame moved 59 yards in that march, but it was a fruitless one. We have 6 minutes and 5 seconds still to play of the third period. Moved back to the 1-yard line.
Ball is on the Iowa 1-yard line.
Second down and 15 to go. Here's the handoff now, and there's a tackle of Harris in the fair. There's the first Notre Dame score, a safety as the Irish line breaks through and drops Harris in the end zone, and it gives Notre Dame 2 points. Bronco Nagurski leading the Irish charge, but Gary Myers brought down Harris in the end zone. And it registers 2 points for Notre Dame. The Irish finally break into the scoring column here in the third period with 5 minutes, 26 seconds to go of it. Iowa will kick off from the Iowa 20-yard line whenever a safety is scored, 2 points, which means the team defending that goal line will From the 40 to the 45. He's to the 50. He's still going. He's to the Iowa 45 before he's brought down. Ball is spotted on the Iowa 44.5-yard line. Call at the Iowa 44. First and 10 to go at Notre Dame's possession. The score is 34-2. Iowa leading Notre Dame. And, jump off by flags down all over the field. It's going to be against Iowa. 5-yard penalty for encroachment. Cook was employing a long count. The right side of the Iowa line leaped off. The score 34-2 in favor of Iowa. We're in the third period here at Iowa City, Iowa. Straight split T formation. The Irish are on the far side of the field. Sideline to the left, field to the right. The handoff is to Malota straight ahead. And Malota picks up to the 37-yard line. Stopped by Alex Karras. Gigantic guard, although he's a midget compared to Lewis. Karras plays in at about 235 to 240. He's 6'2". Second down coming up and 2 to go on the 37-yard line of Iowa. Bobby Ward diving over the tackle, moves down to the 31-yard line, and he's got the first down, 10 to go. Gary Grauwinkle, who just came into the ballgame, brought him down, aided by his co-captain, Dick Deasy of Iowa. Ball's on the 31-yard line of Iowa in Notre Dame's possession. Iowa leads 34-2. We have 3 minutes, 53 seconds still to go in this, the third period. The dive play with Ward handling it, but he's stopped on it by Pierce, Charlie Pierce, inside linebacker on the left side. He ran right smack dab into him at the 28-yard line of Iowa. Still a pickup of about a little over 2 yards. Make it 2nd and 8 to go on the 28.5-yard line of Iowa. Roll off now by Cook. Throwing, it's good. He hits on the play. Dick Prendergast, who's tackled and brought down on the 21-yard line by Bill Happel of Iowa. That's a first down for Notre Dame on the Iowa 21. Dick Prendergast of Homewood, Illinois, junior end, catches Larry Cook's pass. Larry Cook was just accepted yesterday for medical school at St. Louis University. He'll pursue his medical education there starting next year. Here's the handoff to Ward. Ward cutting, is driving, brought down at about the 16-yard line.
The tackle by Deasy.
Deasy and Ploen combining to bring him down on the 16-yard line of Iowa. Little Bobby Ward driving over Iowa's right tackle. Picked up perhaps 3.5 yards on the play. Make it 2nd down, 6 to go. Notre Dame the ball on the 16-yard line of Iowa. 35-2. Iowa leads Notre Dame here. And wide to the left goes Malota, the left halfback as a flanker almost along the sideline. Handoff is to Pietro Sante, brought down on the play by Lewis, Charlie Lewis, who's back in the ballgame now, the Giant, at the 14-yard line of Iowa. Pietro Sante is a big boy, too. He's a 200-pounder, and he looks like a mighty small man compared to Lewis. Straight split T formation. 35-2 is the score, Iowa leading. Here's Cook rolling out to the right, setting, looking, throwing. It's caught by Bobby Ward on the 2. He's over for the touchdown. Bobby Ward made a tremendous catch and carries Fred Harris over with him for the touchdown. Cook to Ward. 13 yards for the touchdown. Makes it 35 for Iowa and 8 for Notre Dame. 45 yards and 7 plays for the Irish on that march. Here's a try for point. Cook will attempt it. Ward will hold. Here's the put down of the ball and the kick, and it's wide to the right. No good. Cook missed. And in addition to the extra points, it's 35-8, a rather peculiar score. Iowa leading Notre Dame. Kevin Burke is in the ball game for Notre Dame at center. Here's the run up by Cook. And the kick sails downfield, bounces on the 10, rolls to the 5, and it's grabbed by Dobrino at the 2. He starts upfield to the 5, the 10, and he's hit and brought down at about the 13-yard line. Don Dobrino brought down at about the 13-yard line of Iowa with a charge led by Tom O'Brien of Notre Dame. A safety and a touchdown for Notre Dame. Hand off to Dobrino off the tackle. Dobrino was hit and dropped at about the 16-yard line with a sharp tackle from Kevin Burke, who's backing up on that left side. Notre Dame ran down And we may have a timeout call for him. We'll see, yeah. Notre Dame has shaken up on the play. And the Irish here take timeout. And second down, 8 yards to go. Ball is on the Iowa 16-yard line. Dobrino back, double fake. He's going to roll out, trapped. He's thrown for a loss on the 6-yard line. Ken Ploen thrown for a loss with the charge net by Gary Myers of Notre Dame, who gave a tremendous rush to him, aided by Tom O'Brien at right tackle. Gary Myers at right end, Tom O'Brien at right tackle. Ball's on the Iowa 6-yard line. Third down coming up. And about 18 yards to go for a first down. 6 seconds left of the third period. Ploen rolling out to the right again. Ploen running wide, is brought down on the 8-yard line with a fine handoff fight by Dick Prendergast on the play. That's the end of the third quarter with the score, Iowa 35, Notre Dame 8. Williams calling signals, hands off to Reynolds. Reynolds running wide to the right, is driven out of bounds on about the 41-yard line by Fred Harris, the left corner linebacker for Iowa. Iowa has Harris, Dobrino, Happel, and Ploen in the backfield, and Ploen shares the safety spot with Happel, and on the right corner, it's the big fellow, Don Dobrino. On the left corner, it's Harris, another big fellow, both 205-pounders. Backing up in the middle, Pierce and the guard, Bloomquist. Here it's 2nd and 8. Cook back to throw. Sets, throws one long down the field to Morris. It's intercepted by Happel. Happel is up the field to the 30, 35, the 40. He's brought down on about the 47-yard line. He grabbed it off on the 20-yard line. Bill Happel on the 20-yard line of Iowa snatched that forward pass out of Jimmy Morris's arms and raced back upfield to the 48-yard line, the 48-yard line of Iowa, where it's 1st and 10 to go for Iowa now. Tom O'Brien brought him down there for Notre Dame. So Iowa leading 35-2, takes over once more, 35-8, I beg your pardon, takes over once more on the Iowa 48-yard line. We're in the final period. Wing T to the right. Ploen takes, hands off to Dobrino, who hands off to Hagler. Hagler breaks through on a reverse. He's going. He's to the 30, he's to the 20, he's to the 10. He's all the way with Reynolds pursuing him. All the way. 52 yards for the touchdown. On a reverse play, makes the score 41-8 in favor of Iowa over Notre Dame. Gilliam is replaced by Prescott for the point-after touchdown attempt. Here's Ploen holding, putting it down on the 9. Prescott kicks. It's no good. That's the first one he's missed. It's only the second one of the year he's missed, huh? So it's 41-8. Iowa leading Notre Dame now. And here's the kickoff by Prescott, sailing downfield short. Taken on the 23. Lima that was brought down on the 33-yard line. Here it's Williams at quarterback for Notre Dame. 1st and 10 on the Irish 32. And Reynolds stumbles, takes your hand off, and is down at the 33-yard line by Klein at right tackle. Prescott at right end, Langston at left end. Klein at right tackle, who made the tackle there. Burrows at left tackle. Browwinkle at left guard. Drake at right guard. And Pierce is the center for Iowa. Handoff is to Lima. Lima picking a hold, bounce upfield to the 36-yard line, stopped by Charlie Pierce, junior center from Sycamore, Illinois, for Iowa, and by Hugh Drake, Shenandoah, Iowa guard, on the 36-yard line of the Irish. Back goes Williams to throw. He throws out to the right to Morris, incomplete. Over Morris's hands. Nocera was covering Morris on the play. The two fellows are down there sitting under the goalpost, each with Dixie cups. And I don't think it's malted milk in the cups. Pointing upfield. Now they get up and one helps the other up, and he just barely makes it. And Jimmy Morse is going to do the kicking with Hagler and Gravel back as double safety for Iowa. High pass, but he kicks, gets off a pretty good kick. Marker down on the play. Fumble and a recovery on the play by Gravel. Hagler fumbled, Gravel recovered on the 32-yard line of Iowa. Now let's see what the flag is for. I think it's against Notre Dame. It's illegal use of hands against Notre Dame. Probably won't refuse. 15-yarder. Fourth down now. And about 21 yards to go. And Morse is back to kick, standing on his own 7. Another high pass, but he grabs the ball, kicks, gets off another good kick. Hagler takes on the 43, the 45, the 15. He's driven down to earth on the Notre Dame 41-yard line in front of the Iowa bench. 11 minutes and 7 seconds still to play in the ball game. Wing T to the right, balanced line. And Duncan, as a handoff to Hagler. Hagler is brought down on the play at the 41-yard line with a thumping tackle on the play by Dick Schultz, Notre Dame's middle guard, and Tom O'Brien at right tackle. Same handoff, reverse play. Duncan to the left halfback, Gravel, who hands off to Hagler on a reverse. Hagler went 52 for the most recent Iowa touchdown on that same play, but this time he was stopped on the 41. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Randy Duncan rolling out to the left, throwing a forward pass downfield. That's it. No. Morse broke it up on the 25-yard line. It was aimed for Langston. Looked as though Jimmy might have had it, but he couldn't quite gain control and possession of the ball. So the ball goes back to the Notre Dame 41-yard line, where it's 3rd down, coming up 10 to go for Iowa. Up to the line of scrimmage they come. Charlie Pierce over the ball, wing T to the right. Here's the handoff now. It's Duncan back throwing. It's complete to Langston, who's tackled on the 33-yard line and brought down by Ward, by Schultzen, who had backed off the line, with Jimmy Morse aiding on the tackle on about the 33-yard line of Notre Dame. Well, midway between the sideline stripes, Iowa, black jerseys, gold helmets, up to the line of scrimmage they come. And it's Randy Duncan at quarterback taking, handing off to the left halfback Gravel. Gravel's through to the 30. He's twisted away from one tackler. He's down on about the 25-yard line by Jimmy Morse with a thudding tackle that brought a gasp from the crowd, and an Irish lineman, John McKinley, was shaken up on the plate. It's Iowa's ball, 1st down, and 10 yards to go. 1st down, 10 to go. Duncan is at quarterback. The ball is on the Iowa 26. The handoff here now is to Hagler. Hagler running wide to the left to the 20, the 15, the 10, brought down on about the 8-yard line by Eddie Sullivan for Notre Dame is Collins Hagler, right halfback. He wears 44 and Gravel wears 14. We got a glimpse of the 4. I thought it was Gravel at first, but it was Collins Hagler, who is a great runner and who proved it by galloping that ball to the Irish 8-yard line where it's 1st down and goal to go for Iowa. The Hawkeyes leading 41-8. Marion Walker at fullback, Delmar Claver at left halfback, Randy Duncan at quarterback for Iowa. Ball is to the fullback, and he's over Marion Walker. Watching, he's through for the touchdown, and the score becomes 47-8 as Walker scores on an 8-yard drive. Iowa leads Notre Dame with 8 minutes 39 seconds to go. 41 yards and 6 plays after an interception. Prescott's kick is good, and it's 48-8. Iowa leading Notre Dame. to Lewis. Lewis straight ahead on the dive play, moves the ball to about the 25-yard line. He's stopped by Houseman at end and by Thier at guard for Iowa. Kevin Burke is in at center for Notre Dame. Walker, who scored on an 8-yard dash, the Iowa's most recent touchdown, just leaving the field. Back goes Williams to throw. He does. It's good. The receiver is tackled on the 35-yard line. Brought down there, Bob Watoska. Brought down by John Janda, the fullback, playing left cornerman for the Iowa defense. However, 4th down coming up, and about 7 to go for a first down for Notre Dame with 1 minute and 3 seconds left to play of the ball game. Lewis flanked wide to the right again. The score is 48-8, Iowa leading, and back goes Williams to throw. Sets, looks, throws, hits Woods. It's intercepted on the 6-yard line, taken out of Lewis's hand by the Iowa defensive secondary man, who is Gene Veit, the quarterback. Gene Veit grabbed it off out of Lewis's hands on the 6-yard line of Iowa. So with 38 seconds left to play, the clock still running, Iowa takes over, nips Notre Dame's final bid for another touchdown, and with Iowa leading 48-8, it's the Hawkeyes' ball. 27 seconds left to play in the ball game. Up the line of scrimmage they come. Bill Reichow over the ball. Veit at quarterback. Knotts at fullback. Sheets and Pellegrino at the halfbacks. The handoff is to the Janda. Janda at fullback, and Janda carrying, moved the ball upfield to the 8-yard line. 7 seconds, 6 seconds. I don't think it's going to, the goalposts are already going down. And 2 seconds, and the clock is stopped with 2 seconds to go, but they've got goalposts down at both ends of the field. We have just 2 seconds left. Capitelli on a quarterback sneak keeps it, and that's it. He's dropped at about the 8-yard line, and there it is.